So for my photo voice project, I decided to do it on Love Elementary, which is where my brothers attend. I chose this school because not only do I believe it's a good school, I also believe it's a school that, although it doesn't have much, it tries to do the best that it can with the resources that it has. And a lot of the parents are great people, and we all try to donate and volunteer as much as we can. When you walk in, this is the first thing you will see. This is one of the most popular hallways that we have at Love Elementary. This is where we usually like to post all the big projects that the students like to do. So I felt that it was important to include it just because this is somewhere that I like. It's always filled with amazing projects that are very well done. This picture was taken during a session that we had with one of the third grade teachers, Miss Yoki. We decided to do it in the library, and I thought it was extremely important because the library has a lot of different flags, as you can see, that um, are very accepting of cultures and diversity, and it's very important for us to be open to that and to teach our students to also be open to that. I really wanted to include this picture, although you can't see it. All of these lockers are actually not for kids to use. This is actually where a lot of the things are stored. So anything that we like the school doesn't have space for, all gets put into the lockers. So these lockers aren't actually for the students. I just felt that it was important just because it's sad that the school doesn't have enough space, so they have to use the lockers instead of the students using the lockers. This is what most of the um, rooms look like in the school. Although you can tell in the picture, a lot of the classrooms are not that well kept up, and unfortunately, it's not good for the students. A lot of the chairs are old, a lot of the tables aren't um, like square tables, they're the circle tables. Um, so a lot of the teachers try to decorate as much as they can, just so the walls don't look um, as old as they are. This picture is probably one of the most important ones that I felt I needed to take. As you can see on the floor by the lockers, there are backpacks on the floor. So sometimes when there's a big event going on in the classroom, the teachers do have the students leave their backpacks outside of the lockers because they can't put them inside because there is no room, and there's no room in the classroom, so they just get kept outside along the wall, and it has every student's name on them. No one steals them, of course, which is good. But it's just sad that they have to put their backpacks on the floor outside of their classroom. So I just felt like that was an important thing to show, because this school is struggling, but it's still a wonderful school and they are trying their best. This is a classroom of one of the reading teachers. As you can see, a lot of the tables are really close together because the room is so small. It does seem crowded because it is. Um, the teacher does keep all of her stuff all together, all the books, all the materials, everything is put together in one little corner. The walls are filled with different decorations. She also has teddy bears just to make the students feel more at home because they are in such a crowded classroom. So she tries her best to make sure that the students at least feel comfortable and feel welcomed. On to a brighter note, this is probably the most beautiful room in the whole school. This room was actually a long way coming. So, the story behind this room is one of the teachers put up this big fundraiser, this big volunteering event, and she had parents and anyone in the community donate stuff for the classroom. And since we do live in a nice community, although the school isn't nice, the community is nice. And so a lot of them donated so much, and it took her about a year decorating this room to make it perfect. She did put in a lot of her own money also, but she said that she wanted to be able to give her students the best that she could, and that included a good room. And as you can tell, the room is amazing. I included this picture just so you could see the demographics of the school. It is mostly a Hispanic based school. About 96% of the school is Hispanic, although the neighborhood around is mostly white and Asian. The kids that go to school are usually almost all Hispanic. So I used this picture where you can see everyone in the front is Hispanic. This is actually one of my favorite places in the whole school. So it says class library, but it's actually inside the library. So they have this little section inside the library where anyone can go and read the books that are right there, and where they can just sit and relax and just have a great time reading. And I think that's very beneficial to any student. Just because when I was younger, I loved reading and I loved having a designated reading area where I could just go and relax. And this is the designated reading area for the students when they're in the library. So as you can see, this is what the outside of the school looks like. You can see across the street we have really nice townhomes. They're all very expensive and they're actually really, really nice. Across you'll see that the school is actually connected to a park, and it's actually a very involved park. It has a pool. A lot of the parents love coming to the park. I really like this picture just because that's actually one of the teachers that I know who walks her dog here every day after school. Her husband drops off her dog and then she walks the dog across the park. A lot of people actually walk their dogs around this area because there is a trail that connects to the school, which I think is really nice because you can run, you can ride your bike, you can walk your dog. It's a very active neighborhood. In this picture, I was able to capture a girl and two kids walking to the pool, and I don't know if you can tell, but the pool was packed, and that's how it usually gets beginning May. Everyone goes to the pool. Everyone knows each other when they go to the pool because everyone usually goes to the pool every summer, and I really enjoy that, and it makes me happy just because it reminds me of old times where everyone hung around the pool, and that's what it is for this community. Everyone in this community, in this school, just go straight to the pool after school, and I think that's such a fun thing. So aside from the pool, there's also a lot of things going on in the park, in the front of the park. Next to the school, there's also a baseball field where a lot of people play baseball. We actually have different teams of grown adults who come and play baseball, and aside from that, we also have a soccer field in the back of the school, and not recruiters, and people from the Dynamo who work for Dynamo have coaches come out and teach kids how to play soccer, which I think is such an amazing thing because it's such a fun thing to do and to sign up for, and it just shows that there's a lot of things going on for the community. They also have yoga every weekdays, which I think is great. Everyone loves yoga, and you can tell that there's a lot of activities going on. There's something that you can find to do at the school, at the park, and I think that's a great thing. And this picture is to give you a better look at what the school looks like. This is the back of the school. The school has two areas for recess. They have the area for the little kids and then the area for the big kids. And I just wanted to include this picture so you could see the Love Park. This picture was very important to me because it shows the demographics. So this is what a old house in the Heights can cost you, and this probably runs about $1,000 a month, and it's hard for anyone to afford that if they go to Love, because a lot of the kids in Love are at risk because they do come from poor families. And as you can tell, this house is really, really old. It's actually about to get torn down by the city so they can make houses like these. These are the houses that are replacing the old houses. These can run you around $500,000, if anything, because it is in the Heights. If you drive around the neighborhood around Love Park, you will see a lot of houses that are old, that are about to get torn down to build nicer homes that are way more expensive. And it's sad because a lot of the people that live in those old houses can only afford that. And so when they have to get torn down, a lot of those people have to move and have to find somewhere else to live where they can even afford to live. So I wanted to show this because although Love is in a rich neighborhood, it does not mean that Love is rich itself. Love is actually really poor funded, and the only reason it's the way it is, it's because the community at least tries to do as much as they can for the school, like donate and fundraisers. And so I felt that Love was a good school for my Photo Voice project because it holds a place in my heart.